This is going to be interesting. Like I said, I do give favor to question mark. I think the rotation will probably see that out of at least ECC and Tyrande. Excuse me, ETC and Tyrande. Possibly accompanied by Monk and KT if they are able to execute it correctly. And then, of course, Falset up top. That would be what I would see coming. Coming from Addiction, I would solo laner up top. This is a tricky one. I don't know of these four who they're planning on sending up there to counter Falstead. He does have really good clear if he's able to get that minion wave while it's all still in line with the Hammerang, especially if he goes for talents like Boomerang or even Secret Weapon helps clear, pretty quickly. So I guess Malfurion could do it because they're going to lose that laning potential from Nova, and they're really going to have to watch that. She could just try to rotate with them, but that is going to prove a little difficult. So let's go ahead and get into the lobby here, get things going. All right, here we go. Just getting things figured out there. Feel free to give your opinion, guys, in the chat. I do love to hear any feedback that you guys have regarding your opinions if you think mine are wrong. Of course, right now, I will claim all mine are right, as they should be. But I would say if they just want to stick Nova up top, I mean, she could pick off Falstead if he's really not paying attention, but if he's able to spot her little shade while she's stealth, I don't think she's going to be able to get away with much up there other than just standing there and soaking. And then, of course, she loses the chance of getting any stacks of gathering power. But a 4-man rotation coming out of 2 tanks, of Malfuria and a Raynor, I'm not sure if I favor that compared to a double support with the Tyrande with that early game, Hunter's Mark plus the ETC. There's just so much early game control coming out of question marks that I'm really unsure of the route Addiction is trying to take with this draft. Unless they can really make some magic happen early game, picking off a lot of those squishier targets in the back line, it will be really interesting to see what can happen with this. So we are going to go ahead and get loaded up in our game here. Let's see, what does everyone say? All right, we're going to go ahead and get loaded up in our game here against question marks and Addiction. All righty. I'm trying to think what they could do. Like I'm completely stumbled, guys. Completely. I can't imagine what Addiction's plan is to try to deal with the rotation potential early game. Yeah, Raynor was buffed, and yeah, with the scaling changes, excuse me, when I say buffed, I mean who the scaling changes truly affected. It made Raynor's early game a lot better, and of course Nova has seen a lot more popularity now with the scaling changes as well, but I'm just totally befuddled. I don't have any idea what their preparations just are. Right, here we go, though, in our game, starting with the blue team, we have on the Malfurion, and we have Eris. Stop moving. We have Erison on the Malfurion, and we have MacFest on the Muradin, Dekai on the Raynor. We have Roman Love, not Romanoff, Roman Love on the Nova, and JDX17 on the Diablo. And over here on our red team, we have Nightmare on the Falstead, Blazin on the KT, how appropriate. We have Stubborn Mule on the Tyrande, Lucid on the Master Skin ETC. I love that skin. Sorry, I had to point that out. And then Shenmeister on the Monk. All right, we do have all 5 mans going in middle early game. Of course, the early game is most likely going to go in favor of question marks with that ETC and that Tyrande trait. And Muradin already down to 10%, quickly having to run out. Diablo 50% as well, and not much damage at all done over on the side of question marks. So, like I pointed out earlier, that early game trait from the Tyrande and so much damage coming out of those 2 mages in the backline is really going to hurt right now. So, taking a quick look at our level 1 talents, we do have, of course, the Devil's Due coming out of the Diablo, the Reverberation over on the Raynor, the extra heal on the Raynor, which makes sense with all the damage coming out of that back line in the Tyrande. We have the Ambush Snipe, very standard on the Nova, and of course the Moonburn coming out of the Malfurion for the laning potential. We have a little bit of a gang squad possibly here in the mid lane. Trying to be sneaky, but of course Diablo, with sitting so low on health, he's not going to be brave and do anything with that, just sitting right close near the gate. Taking a quick look over on the red team for talents as well. We do have the Ranger's Mark on the Tyrande. We do have the Prog Rock on the ETC. And Malfurion really low here, and he is going to easily be taken out by that gang squad. And that's what I was talking about in the draft. That early game rotation potential with those 4 heroes is easily going to be able to take control and knock out a solo laner who is just a little bit overextended. Finishing off our level 1 talents, we do have the updraft on the Falstad. That is an interesting choice, making him a little bit easier to have escape. We do, of course, the Transcendence on the Monk for healing, and then the Mana Addict on the KT to finish off our level 1 talents. So, you know, we have that 4-man rotation right now going in the favor of question marks, which we talked about there. Of course, after that Malfurion kill, it looks like Addiction's playing it a little safer. I still would like to see... Oh, and there we go, Diablo getting cut out by that, and of course, already down to 30% health, and ETC getting flipped over. Nova down here trying to see if she can snipe a kill, but they're so protected by that tanks, and Tyrande already down to 50% health. Murda and them diving in, but with the stun, Tyrande should be able to easily get away, and the Monk diving on Diablo. And this little scuffle looks like they're going to be able to get, which what they should. Oh, Nova so low. Wow. And the Owl to finish off the Nova right before she gets away. Well done with that pesky little Owl right there. Very nice little finish. So we do have 2 kills right now in favor of question marks with a slight, almost a full level lead. Not quite, probably about 80 to 75% level lead. And Nova getting the, of course, the Gathering Power talent, which we see it up top. All the other talents appear very standard coming out of all the heroes. We do have quite a scuffle right now on bottom. And Murden already going to be sitting at about 30% health. Diablo being a little brave with his little punch in the face right there. Not able to do much, just to be a little pesky. And up top, Raynar is, of course, able to take control over the Falstad on that shrine. So, and Raynar is right now, looks like Nova is trying to get a little kill over here on Falstad. Can she? Oh, and the miss snipe. She is not able to do it. And man, he was below. We do have another scuffle coming out on bottom. Nothing too much to talk about, except it looks like it's going to have to force Malfurion back, who is now sitting completely, and we are going to see bottom shrine going in favor of blue team. Oddly, I don't know why they're not aggressing down here when they have the man lead, and okay, there we go. Question marks pushing out Mockfest with the Tyrande and ETC threatening for the quick gank potential. And up in the mid lane, not too much happening as far as we are going to still see that little level, that level lead start to really shine here right now in favor of question marks as they get their level 7 talents. Right now, though, we do have Muradin quickly getting the bottom, so we do see the potential to get Dragonite. Nova, is she going to be able to ninja a Dragonite? And she is! Wow! Very well done there coming out of Addiction. Able to quickly ninja that from question marks, who had full control, in my opinion, of the early shrines of this game. Not too much should happen with this early dragon, though. Tower's wailing away at it, and KT able to do some pretty damage. We do have Kerosene with a nice dash to get out of that fight, sitting at about 10% health. Very well done from him. And right now, that Dragonite is just getting pieced away. Falstad being very brazen, rushing in with that extended range, able to be grabbed from Tenacious Roots. Still just a lot of scuffling back and forth, not too much happening here. We had the Mist Sentinel coming from the Tyrande. And right now, they're wasting time. We've only got 19 seconds left on that Dragonite, and I don't even think they were able to get that tower. They weren't. We're sitting at about 10% right now on that top mid lane tower, and just not much is going to be able to happen. And Falstad going to get knocked away, but going to be able to shoot right back and be able to damage. And these towers right here, one on sitting at full ammo too. So, and we did have a gank on Diablo. Very nice from question marks, able to remove him, but of course the quick cooldown coming from his souls should break him right back. So. Aside from the Dragonite ninja from the Nova, we do have, I would say we have a advantage coming into favor of question marks with 3 kills to 0. And as far as, control lane-wise, Tower's still sitting pretty much at full health in favor of both teams. That Dragon just did not do anything, unfortunately, despite them able to execute getting that pretty well, in my opinion. We'll take a look at talents real quick, kind of see where we're going with. We do have the full assassin build, which we should expect from the Nova with those 3 targets taking the anti-armor shells. We do have the Revolution Overdrive. I question that a little bit, especially with Fight or Flight getting a lot of momentum with this new scaling changes. And we do have another kill on Diablo in the mid lane. Sorry for missing that, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to talk about talents too much in Theatercraft here. So still, again, 4 kills in favor. They do get their level 10, so Addiction should count their blessings as far as no shrines being up right now, so that's really gonna... We do have a possible gank coming right now in favor of Raynor, and so much damage coming out, and they're able to get the kill with the last hit of that Hammerang from Falstead. So another kill in favor of Question Marks, who with that double mage back line, so much damage right now, trying just to deal with that Knight's camp that's going to be pushing there. KT having to retreat right now, and continuing to take a look at the ults real quick while we have the chance to. We do have the Shadow Stalk coming out of this round, Mosh Pit from ETC, the Hinterlands, or the Mighty Gust coming out of the Falstead. The 7-sided strike, interesting. So just tons of damage coming out from the Question Marks, and then of course the Phoenix from KT. So pretty standard ults. I'm a little surprised by 7-sided strike. I'm guessing it's because of the double tank front line coming out of Addiction. And right now we do have a big spike coming out bottom lane. We do end up losing the Tyrande, and the Monk is so low, using 7-sided just to try to keep himself alive, and KT quickly rushing in with the ETC and the Mosh Pit to quickly turn that fight around, and we lose Malfurion, Nova, Muradin, and are we going to lose the Raynor? And with the dash he is able to secure another kill, 4 for 1 in favor. Well done on the Mosh Pit from Lucid to quickly turn that fight in favor of Question Marks. And now it looks like they should easily be able to secure themselves their first dragon of the game. And Diablo is just going to have to fall back here. So right now we're looking at a little over a full level lead, about a level and a half, honestly. And we have 9 kills to 1. So it's starting to go in favor of Question Marks, who are looking very nice now that we have the ultimates in play. Very well done by them. A lot of damage. Let's see if they're able to do anything with this Dragonite. He does kick Diablo out, and they should easily be able to take this fort. That Dragonite's not taking too much damage, and ETC just trying to distract the back line. Getting quite low on health, though, and Malfurion forced to having to pop Tranquility because everyone is getting really, really low. Nova just prancing around in the back line, trying to see if she can catch someone out. It does not look like she's going to be able to do that, though. Everyone is easily at full health. And now with level 13 talents, it's going to be that much harder for her to do anything. We, of course, do have the groupies coming out of ETC, the Hunter's Fury coming out of Tyrande, the Giant's Killer coming out of the Falstead, and, of course, Chamberlain coming out of KT. The Monk, not really sure he's going to get the Relentless to reduce the stuns, so pretty nice picks coming out of there. And now with that talent ahead, that's going to make it a little more difficult for Addiction to be able to make anything out of this right now. But we do have Nova scouting right now, so it looks like they're going to definitely go all in right now, trying to steal this siege camp from them, and ETC and Monk are going to back off just nice and safely, give that up, not even try to fight that. Honestly, that's the better move there. Just, it's not worth it to die for an objective. We do have the Mighty Gust. We do have the Mighty Gust coming on, and the Raynor is getting very low very quick, coming with the chain bombs and we do end up losing. Oh, Raynor, Malfurion, Diablo, all gone in like a blink of an eye. Very well played from them. Nova and Muradin just barely able to make it out of there. And that is why being that aggressive, taking a siege camp, can be good. And they got the camp, but they paid for it with 3 lives. So in the end, probably not really worth it. Just the XP difference, now we're looking at a near 3-level lead. And now this is when things can start easily spiraling out of control in favor. And unfortunately, we have not seen too much out of the Nova as far as able to get any kills. Trying to use her ult to get Falset, and it's just easily able to dodge. Raynor popping his Hyperion to try to remove some of this push up here in the top lane. Not sure if 100-second cooldown is worth removing creep, but he seems to think it is, so we will see. And Nova getting caught out with the stun, and she just blows up. Wow, just not a chance. So much damage right now coming out of them with that 3-level lead, and there goes Diablo again. 7-sided strike, able to get Raynor down to about 30% health, but triggering his E and easily letting him get out of there, and then they secure themselves the top fort. Like I said before, things are beginning to spiral out of control in favor of Question Mark now. So, very well done. They're approaching level 16, just 13 not even reached yet from Addiction, so this is just when things start to get really, really hard. They do secure this bottom shrine on the side of Addiction, but I don't think it's going to do anything other than maybe stall it out just a little bit for them to get all 5 men up. But the only hope they have possibly right now is to just maybe hold on to one lane, but Question Marks knows this, and they're going to be aggressive. And there's Nova just right in the fray. She's too close. And Nova's gone yet again. She thinks she's fully invisible. She really must, because she just walks right in there just, hey guys, how you doing? So, wow. I don't think that's a really smart move just to kind of walk in there. We do have the Apocalypse used just to kind of safely disengage. And Malfurion did pop Tranquility just to make sure everyone stays alive. So, a pretty fair trade, honestly, in favor of Question Marks using the Phoenix and then forcing Malfurion to pop Tranquility. So they do secure bottom, and Falstead should easily be able to secure the second Dragonite for Question Marks. And yeah, he's going to go uncontested on that and secure that second Dragonite. So right now we have top and mid forts removed. Bottom fort should probably get pushed in. Honestly, it looks like they're probably going to be aggressive and push for a keep, especially with the 3 talent lead. And yep, that is what they're going to do. Hyperion pop, though, to try to be defensive. And wow, Malfurion just gone. So much damage now coming out of Question Marks. And ETC is so low, but he is able to fully disengage. And Phoenix is popped. Chain Bomb's not going to be able to get any off. Unfortunately, that's just going to do enough to let them safely disengage. Let ETC heal himself back up with the groupies in the Prog Rock talent that he took. And they have 30 seconds till to teeter on and just slowly work this keep down, especially without their healer. There is not much Addiction can do. Raynor getting very low, and they are just able to easily well away while Dragonite honestly just sits back there and distracts. But Falstead's going to be in a bad spot, and we do have Mosh Pit, who is able to catch Muradin out. 7-star strike. Muradin is gone. And now they don't have their main frontline tank, and they're going to go for the win. A 4-level lead. Makes sense. A man down. They could very easily go for it. Of course, Nova missed snipe. There goes Phoenix down. A lot of damage going on that core. Just trying to teeter. The Shadow Stalk has been popped, though, to heal them quickly up. But we have all this creep now that's going to be wailing away on them, and so much damage. Right now, Raynor is about to die, and Falstead quickly gut, and he is able to take out Raynor. Mighty Gust to push them all back. The Apocalypse to try to stall things out. Diablo rushing in. KT solo. Monk solo. The core is 48%. Can Falstead and ETC and Toronto do it? I don't know. Without the Raynor, there's not that much damage. The Tirana is so low, she gets knocked back with Haymaker. Oh, wow. So much damage. And they were able to hold on just by the skin of their teeth at 29%. 4 men down. A little too greedy, I think, on the side of Question Marks. Well played, though, on the side of Addiction. The key is, can they make use of this? And ETC, with the power slide, should be able to get himself out of there pretty safely. And now we just... I mean, all 3 forts, though, still up for Question Marks. I don't think Addiction's going to be able to get too much push out of this, unfortunately. That's why that level lead was so useful to them in maintaining such strong early game control, that in that first Dragonite not doing much for Addiction either. So ETC just going to kind of stall this out, sliding in, knocking back, just do what he can to let his teammates return to the game. Still a full 2-level lead coming out on the side of Question Marks. We're looking at 18 kills to 5, so heavily in favor of Question Marks, who are already looking to re-engage. Diablo solo already, and there goes Diablo. But, of course, with the soul count, he is able to quickly pop up in about 5 seconds. So, if someone's going to die, Diablo would be the one to kind of hang back and just take the brunt of that. You know, not horrible, but at this point, we're already looking at that 2-level lead, so it's not going to do too much. Bottom lane, Falstead looks like he's being a little aggressive. Probably going to maybe start to work on this keep, but it looks like that Muradin and Raynor are going to go. They're going to try to chase him. I'm not really sure. They're just going to try to secure this bottom shrine. And Falstead being fairly aggressive here, and Hyperion to just kind of zone him out. So stall, and there goes the Diablo, and we are going to lose Falstead to some, well, good rotation coming out of the Diablo there to get Falstead. And so now he's down for 50 seconds. So Question Marks is really going to have their work cut out for them to try to stall out this Dragon as long as possible. And there's ETC. He's so low, but the Shadow Stalk there would just pop him up to keep him up. Groupies popped as well to keep his survival. Apocalypse is done as well. Haymaker to get ETC all over the back line. And the Nova ult. Oh, he's so low. And the snipe. And there goes ETC. Very well played coming out of Addiction there to get rid of 2 men. And should be able to easily secure this Dragonite now that they are 5v3 at the 15-minute mark. So this Dragon's definitely going to start doing some damage. The key will if they can do that, but Question Mark's able to stall out with Monk rotating to the bottom, and Diablo and Muradin are going to see what they can do, and the easy dash away. He's not going to do much. So 5 seconds till we get Falstead. The key is he going to fly up to try to stall it up? Tyrande stalling yet again. I don't think they're going to be able to do much here. Can she get this? And it's clutch. Oh, are she going to do it? Yep. The Owl able to stall her out. Very well played from question marks to stall that out, but we have KT who's getting overpowered, thrown into the mesh of everything, and Nova, and wow, there goes KT. I think he was just a little too face checking there to try to keep that Dragon Knight from going, and now we have 50 seconds without one of their top damage dealers. And Raynor is going to easily be able to secure this top shrine as well as already having the bottom shrine, but they're going to charge it full force, take out Diablo with the, and there goes seven-sided strike. Man, we are just seeing back and forth here. I think they're, looks like they're just going to try to stall it as long as possible till level 20, and they get that talent advantage yet again. So we have 20 kills right now, 8 for Addiction with 20 in favor of question mark, and they are going to take their camp, and there goes the Nova trying to be sneaky, and ETC of course jumping on here. Nova caught out. Is she going to be able to get away with the Malfurion? He was going to pop Trank. I don't know if he decided he does not, and she is able to get away. They just want that Giants camp to just drag things out longer as possible for KT to get up. So while things are kind of a little bit of a lull, let's take Falstad going up top to get that that shrine real quick. Man, these guys don't let me talk about anything, do they? We have Nova here stalling out. Can she get rid of Tyrande and the ult? Oh my god, she just barely survives with the shield and the missed Q from Raynor, and she is easily able to Shadow Stalk herself and get out. Very well played. Unfortunately, with that snipe missing. Whew. But now we have the level 20 talents coming out for question marks. Let's quickly take a look at those. We do have the rewind from the Tyrande, so more stuns. ETC with the blink. Interesting choice there, I guess, to get him to that backline as quick as possible for that mosh pit. We do have the Epic Mount from the Falstad, so he will be able to stall that out. Backing off. We do have the Apocalypse and the mosh pit to stall. ETC taken out of the mosh pit. Nothing able to be done while in that mosh pit. Very well done with the quick clutch Apocalypse to stall that out. And it looks like Addiction is just holding on as by the skin of their teeth, just trying to stall this out as long as possible. We have Raynor caught out though, and there goes Raynor. We have Diablo with those chain bombs doing so much work, and the Falstad jumping over them to quickly gust them everyone back into the mesh. We have Murden so low, and 4 kills, 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, that most likely is going to be game right here. Nova caught out, and they are not even going to bother. Just with that core exposed from that mid keep that they took earlier. Question marks is going to rush core and finish that 23%. Well done trying to stall Addiction, but unfortunately just too many kills, too much damage coming out of them. They are able to secure that game and move into our final match, our finals today for week 3. Well played, both sides. Very nice. Wow. Just like I called during the draft, unfortunately, just that comp did not work in favor. We did not see enough early game kills coming from the Nova to really make use of what she can do with that full kind of assassin or ambush assassin build, I should say. So, well done though. I mean, we had some decent fights that went in favor of Addiction, but ultimately it does go to question marks who move on to the finals. So now we await the results of Loki and the Doom Squad to see who our final team to make it to our finals of the day. Addiction, though, does, however, move on to 3rd place. So we will see who they take on as that as well. We are going to go to a short break, ladies and gentlemen. So please tune in for our finals match for the NexVerse Week 3.
Free pizza from Domino's.